So two-tier architecture next. The two-tier architecture, the presentation logic resides in the client and business logic may reside either on the client or server. The data access logic resides on the server. Depending upon the business requirement, the two-tier application architecture can be of following type. One is fat client and thin server. Another is fat server and thin client. The two-tier architecture is of what? It is a two type. One is fat client, thin server. Another is fat server, then thin client. As you know that for developing any application, अगर आप कोई भी एप्लीकेशन बनाते हो आपको क्या चाहिए ना, क्लाइंट चाहिए, उसके बाद बिजनेस लॉजिक चाहिए, उसके बाद सर्वर चाहिए. अगर आपका बिजनेस लॉजिक क्लाइंट में रहता है देन इट इज कॉल्ड द फैट क्लाइंट. अगर आपका बिजनेस लॉजिक सर्वर में रहता है देन इट इज कॉल्ड द फैट सर्वर. जिस लोकेशन पर आपका बिजनेस लॉजिक रहेगा, अगर क्लाइंट में अगर आपका बिजनेस लॉजिक रहता है देन उसका प्रोसेसिंग थोड़ा डिले होता है. इफ योर what like business logic is present in the server, then you can say like it is called the fat server. अगर business logic आपका सर्वर में रहता है then you can your accessing timing is very fast. When you browsing any kind of internet, it will immediately giving you the result. and जो client में जो business logic रहता है वो loading होने पर time लेता है. So two-tier architecture is of two type. One is fat client and thin server. In this type, the presentation logic and business logic resides on the client and data access logic resides on the server. Such application architecture help in reducing the load on the server because server only store the data and doesn't participate in the business logic, which is done on the client. However, it makes the client heavy. This type of application architecture is generally used in the organization that either cannot afford a reliable network infrastructure or have small user base. This is because if any modification is done either on the presentation logic or business logic, it would require the client application to be redeployed in all user machine. This can be time consuming process if the user base is big. अगर आपका यूजर ज्यादा होता है देन ये जो फैट क्लाइंट में आपका ज्यादा टाइम लेता है. नेक्स्ट ये देखो, ये है आपका फैट क्लाइंट एंड थिन सर्वर. उसके बाद क्या है ना, फैट सर्वर एंड थिन क्लाइंट. इन दिस टाइप द क्लाइंट कंटेन ओनली द प्रेजेंटेशन लॉजिक, द बिजनेस लॉजिक on the data access logic reside on the server. Such architecture is easily managed and less prone to security risks and offer low maintenance and licensing cost. This is because it is easy to manage a single server instead of managing each client of computer. Okay, तो here यहाँ पर क्या होता है, आपको सारा क्लाइंट को मैनेज करने का जरूरत नहीं होता है. So your all the client is managed in the server. This type of application architecture is primarily used in the organization where the business and managerial operation that needs to be performed are complex and large in number, and number of users who access to the server is high in the number. This is because in the fat server, the client application architecture, all the business logic resides on the server. Therefore, the processing is done on the server. This saves the cost as only as the server needs have हाई हार्डवेयर कॉन्फ़िगरेशन. यहाँ पर आपका कॉस्ट भी रिड्यूस होता है लेकिन आपको एक इन्वेस्टमेंट की जरूरत है. आपका सर्वर हाई कॉस्ट और हाई पावर होना चाहिए सो दैट इट इज हैंडल ऑल द काइंड ऑफ क्लाइंट रिक्वेस्ट. ओके, बुझिला अंकिता, बुझी पाइलो?
यस सर.
सर तार बेसिक डिफरेंस टा रोची माने जो थरे यूजर अधिक रोचंती स्लो प्रोसेसिंग आ गोटे होची हाई इन्वेस्टमेंट, ए दीटा होची बेसिक डिफरेंस नाउ कोन होची.
हां, जदी प्रेजेंटेशन बिजनेस लॉजिक टा जदी क्लाइंट साइड रे रहिबो then it is having a slow processing, and if the number of user increases then the processing power is very slow. Okay.
Again, sir.
And if your business logic is higher, if your business logic is present in the server, at a time multiple requests can be handled because your load is handled in the server. Okay.
सर ये जोड़ा कौन कहले स्टेटफुल जो कहले ना
नहीं
स्टेटलेस
stateful
स्टेटफुल एटा सेही जिनसटा कि
ना 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 हाँ? The stateful means what? Stateful means you are giving a request
एक्सेस करि परिबो गोटे टाइम
and
हां
your connection is always connected. Okay.
आज्ञा सर
But in stateless protocol, you are accessing the internet, then your connection is disclosed and it is giving to the other connection. Now what a user could do. Okay. And when you upload the photo, so after when you upload, it is not connected. When you publish it, then again it is internet, it is connected to the server.
कनेक्टेड टू सर
बुझला?
सर हां सर बुझली
But in the 3-tier architecture, all the things are separated. Means your presentation logic is separated, business logic is separated, data access logic means all the three things are separated. Presentation logic is present in the client, business logic is present in the server, data access logic is present in the database server. Okay.
आज्ञा सर
Means all the three things is present in the three different parts. Client, in client presentation logic is present, in business logic it is present in the web server, data access logic it is present in the database server. Okay.
यस सर
Take so it is a used to design the web application, whether it is Java, whether it is PHP or anything. It provides a tag that help you creating, formatting and enhancing the web page by inserting the graphics and specifying the font color for the text. Okay, so these are the HTML tag we are using. The next we are using अंकिता मु मते मने पकेइबो मु तुमको किछि पठेबी टैग गुडाक हला
Okay, sir.
सेटा टे पढि दो नोट्स सब. Next we call as the CGI. So already we know that what is CGI application. It is a common gateway interface that we are using. The CGI is a specification for transforming over the web between the client and the web server. CGI specifications are written using C, C++, Perl programming language. Perl being the most popular for all, the program written using CGI specification are called as the CGI program or script. CGI script are stored in the web server and are used to process the client request, and when the client requests for a resource, the web server instantiate and execute the CGI script. So basically, common gateway interface, it is a technology which is used for creating a web application. So basically, we are using a scripting language in CGI. So as it is slow, then we are using a Java servlet. It is a server-side Java program that help in developing powerful, efficient, platform-independent, dynamic web application. Unlike the CGI script, the servlet initialization code is executed only once. Moreover, separate thread in the server handle each client request. This prevent creation of unnecessary process. So already we discussed that Java servlet is run through a thread, so that execution in Java servlet is faster than the CGI. Next, we are using uh, this हो गया. अंकिता खाली मते रात्रि टे मने पकई दो, खाली मेसेज कर दो सर HTML लो सब पठा दो, मो तार सब वीडियो सब पठेई दे हला.
Okay, sir.
आ ताको पढिबो, जहा डाउट्स होबे मते पचारिबो, आ ताको प्रैक्टिकल करिवो हला. ESD रे मते स्टेटस रिपोर्ट दबो, बुझिला.
Again, sir.
Okay, so this is a first chapter is over. Now we start with the Java servlet technology. So with the increasing in the number of user accessing the internet, the web was evolved greatly, in addition being a respiratory of information and a mode of communication. It is now increasingly used as a medium of entertainment, business, socializing. This has enforced a need of dynamic web application. So dynamic web application means, as we discussed, it is interacting with the user. Like it is asking you ID and password. Based upon your ID and password, then it is open your page. Like we are typing www.google.com in the address bar. Then the Google page is open. When you paste the images, then images page is open. Means it is Google Images is open. It is a dynamic page. When you type for search world, it is showing you different picture. So what is that? Servlet is a Java program that run in the server side. It inherit all the feature of the Java programming language. In addition, it consists of the following feature. One is it is efficient. Servlet provide faster response to the client request as it is loaded only once in the web server memory. Okay, it is not loaded all the time. Once it is loaded, then your work is going on very fast. So every time it is not loaded, so that it is efficient. One is asynchronous support. Servlet support asynchronous programming that enable it to serve multiple client requests. Asynchronous means it is independently it is working. Okay, so that it is very simple and generate response simultaneously. This helps the user to work continuously in the web application without being affected by the response and receive from the server. In addition, it support Ajax to implement um, that is active Java pages that we are using here. And for implementing servlet, so first of all, I'll send the notes. Java Server API to create and manage the Java servlet. Various interface, class, and method are defined in the servlet. These classes and interface of the servlet API are available in the Java X.servlet, Java servlet.http. Okay, so for implementing Java servlet, then automatically what happened? These are the two packages you have to implement. One is Java X.servlet, then Java X.servlet HTTP. Okay, so remember that आमे जेतले जावा सर्वलेट यूज करिबा ऑटोमेटिकली कौन हबो ना हमर दीटा पैकेज क्रिएट हबो. फर्स्ट ऑफ ऑल java x.servlet, another is java x.servlet.http. So these are the two packages it is created while you are creating a Java servlet. Means it is automatically added. आप यहाँ किसी import करियो हमको पड़िबो नहीं. बुझी हला अंकित?
yes sir. Sir, Ajax माने कौन?
Ajax होची जेमति कि हमें प्री डिटरमिन करिबा. सपोज हमें एठी जतरे टाइप करूचे, सपोज गूगल में ओपन करूचे, जते हमें मोबाइल टाइप करिबा ऑटोमेटिक से हमको शो करिबा. Asynchronous Java page, that is called the Ajax. Suppose देखो मु एम टाइप कले ऑटोमेटिक से मते ये सब देखौ छी. बुझी होची?
yes sir.
तो एटा होची हमरा Ajax implementation. Clear?
yes sir.
तो एटा बेसिकली हमरा डिफरेंट वेब पेजेस रे एटा यूज होची Ajax implementation. इस लैपटॉप में शायद एडवांस जावा नहीं, बहुत स्लो ले रहा है, पता नहीं.
सर नेटबिन तो ऐसा नहीं, नेटबिन को फिर से ये कर दीजिए ना, रिस्टार्ट कर दीजिए.
हाँ,
नेटबिन रिस्टार्ट नहीं होगा.
रिस्टार्ट
फिर रीइंस्टॉल, डाटा चला जाएगा.
वो ऑन इंस्टॉल ही नहीं होता है, वही प्रॉब्लम है. वो कैसे लॉक हो गया. अगर ऑन इंस्टॉल भी हो जाता है, बहुत ट्राई किया. डेस्कटॉप में लेंगे, इतना स्लो नहीं होना चाहिए.
नहीं आपके ऊपर कोर जमा तो पड़ा है पूरा.
पता नहीं अभी क्या बहुत स्लो हो गया. Tomorrow also I will take classes. I will share the timing, the evening timing, or I will take at 4 p.m. 4 बजे. Okay, I will share the timing.
सैटरडे को नहीं है।
सैटरडे को शायद नहीं हो पाएगा। तो कल आपको इसका प्रैक्टिकल दिखाऊंगा, जेएसपी पेज कैसे बनाया जाता है। See that in Java server API, it contains Java x.servlet or Java x.servlet HTTP. So which are deep color, it is called the packages. Which are just gray color, it is called the classes, and it is called the interface. It is a package. These are the class. Generic servlet class, servlet exception is a class, HTTP servlet is a class, cookies is a class, and interface is a what? Servlet request dispatcher, servlet config, servlet request, servlet response, servlet context, asynchronous context, HTTP servlet request, HTTP servlet response, HTTP session. So these are called as what? Different packages. Okay, so tomorrow I will take the classes and I will discuss this other part and the program of JSP page. Okay, तो काली यार क्लास नहीं हुई, तो काली तुम तो ओमकार छुट्टी थी वो
ना सर काली क्लास अच्छे हम चारटे बेले
चार्टर के तल जाए।
4 ରୁ 5:30
अच्छा मत टाइमिंग टा शेयर कर दो को समय फ्री हो देन पर्सनली मैसेज कर दो देन आई विल फिक्स।
दैट टाइम बाकी टाइम पूरा फ्री अछि।
ओके
4 ରୁ 5:30
ओके ठीक है।